Hello, my dear students. In this session, I will explain the switch port security commands and switch port, how to configure the switch port. Basically, switch port is to prevent the switch ports or interfaces from unauthorized users, right? So there are some commands we have to learn here, we have to memorize and to configure the port security, you can say switch port security. All right, so we have the first one is interface. You see the command here, interface. I'm configuring a fast Ethernet 0 because you have 24 interfaces. A general commonly a switch consists 24 interfaces plus some giga Ethernet ports. So these fast Ethernet ports we need to secure from unauthorized users or which can bring their laptop or PCs and they connect, they hook up with these switches. So whenever the scenario like this scenario will occur, so it will create a damage to the your networks. So to avoid such things, to secure those, to prevent such activities to be happen in the company, the network administrator will secure these ports. So any third person, third person cannot log in, cannot connect to these ports and the access ports of the switch and can make a network down, right? Some disturbance to the network. Anyway, so let's say have an interface command here to move to access the interface. So basically you need to go to the interface line, interface mode. The next one, there's another command, switch port mode access. So what is doing here, assign port as a host port, means considering that port as a host port, right? Anyone can connect like this. So base, and then next is enable the security. So we need to have an option called switch port security. Switch port security. This command which will enable the port security feature on this particular port. That is, I'm having a port here, fast Ethernet 01. So this 01 is has enabled the port security. Now applying the security. So what is the security applying here? Switch port security maximum one. What is the default value here? So it means set limit for hosts that can be associated with this interface. Now for this interface you can have only maximum one host, only one host, the first host you connected to it, right? You cannot have two hosts, okay? Because when you connect, it will read your MAC address, it will check your MAC address, it will keep the MAC address, it will record your MAC address. Now you will disconnect and connect another device, right? It will disable that device, it will protect the device, it will restrict the device to send and receive the messages, right? It will shut down, it will protect, it do some actions, right? Because it will make assume that only one device, the first device is connected, is the has the accessibility. So its default value is one, we can have more than one value, so maximum value is one. So if there is some violations, right, there is a violation occurs, if there is something third person is trying to access the first Ethernet 01, it creates a violation. There are three violations here: protect mode, restrict mode, and shutdown mode, right? So I'm using the word here shutdown, using the word, using command shutdown. So whenever a third person connect to your fast Ethernet, okay, it will automatically shut down the port access. And making this one, only this port can use the MAC address sticky, means it will fix this port has to associate with only this particular specific MAC address device only. So enable sticky feature, this one. Or you can provide the MAC address also. So let's see how it goes here. Like example here, you see here I'm having interface fast, I'm accessing this one, right? Fast Ethernet 01. This is a command here, and I'm making this interface as a host interface, right? And enabling the security. The next, maximum only one device can be connected to this port 01. And if there is a violation, if the third device, second device, third device comes, it automatically shut down the port. And that maximum one device, the first device has a MAC address sticky feature, means the first one connected can access. The second one, it will automatically shut down, right? And exit. So let's demonstrate this part here. So we have this switch here, and I can go to the CLI, or I can use the computer, no problem. Enable here, configure terminal. So first is interface. interface fast Ethernet 0/1. So I'm interface mode. You see interface mode, right? So first is switch port mode access, right? Making this fast Ethernet as access port means anyone can as a host port. Anyone can use it as a host port. Now switch port security. Enable it. Just hit enter here, right? You must hit enter here, right? So it enable the security for this port, right? Port security. Now switch port switch port max switch port security maximum. How many devices? One device can be connected, right? This is one thing. And I can say switch port security MAC address sticky. I can write, okay, you can shuffle these last two commands, no issue. So this is sticky. The first device MAC address sticky, it will stick to that particular interface fast Ethernet 1, right? So because switch uses MAC addresses, so I glue the MAC address of the first device, whatever the device you are using, it will stick into it, right? The next is switch port security violation. What is a violation? If there is something, any third person act, so I'll use it shutdown. Hit enter. All done, right? So exit, right? Show running configuration. You can see the what is support here. You can see here. For this interface, I have made access, show port security is enabled, and the show port MAC address sticky. By viewing the running configuration, you can see whatever the settings you applied for the first Ethernet 0/1. Basically, in real time, you have to apply settings for all the interfaces. There should not be any unused ports. All ports, either you use it or shut down or do some protection for all your ports, right? So I applied settings only for the fast Ethernet 0/1 settings, right? So let me take one PC here, and how do you see this one also? Again, here say here, you see here show switch port, or you can say port security. This is a command, show port security command. It's a command. You can see the ports. So it shows in here fast Ethernet maximum we can use only one address. Currently there is no address, no computer is connected, and there is no violation. And there is a violation, there is a shutdown, right? So let me connect one PC and send the message, right? So let me connect two PCs. One is here, another one is this PC, and they are connecting fast Ethernet to first port. You see first port, and connect second PC fast Ethernet to fast Ethernet 2, right? Let me assign the IP address. Desktop IP address 192.168.1.1. Copy this part and copy the IP address. Apply. This is 2, right? So they belong to same. I just fast forward to speed up my process. Now I can check here. I will make a ping message, send message from this device to this. I say successful. Now the message is recorded, and the MAC address of this PC1 is recorded in the switch MAC address table, right? So let me close this part. Now here, so here I can say here show MAC address table command. Just view it. Sorry, show MAC address table. You see here fast Ethernet 1. Okay, it recorded the MAC address. Okay, recorded the this MAC address of the fast Ethernet, this PC MAC address. So it's recorded now. It has knowledge in that table, right? So next here is, and let me check this again. Port security. Let me check the port security. Hit enter. Now you see one MAC count, this count, and current address is recorded 1. Before it was 0. You see here before it was 0. Now I ping one PC from one message. So So it recorded the first one. First one is okay, right? Now, what is chance is someone is like trying to intrude this one. So, for example, another person came with laptop or something here. Forget about this part. This part here. So, example, this is a intruders or a bad guy. Okay, a bad guy. So he came and he removed this cable and he connect cable fast Ethernet to the same port, fast Ethernet 01, right? And he sent a message and he's got the IP address, any IP address, for example 4. Now, whenever he tried, he got it. Look at the color here, red color, right? It means the port is now shut down mode. So that port is very secure port and he cannot make a connection. He cannot send him a data, right? To say he cannot send the data here in progress. It's failed, right? This is how you can see this one, right? So this data is shut down. Now let's see here, show port security. And you see violation done. It was 0. Now there is a violation recorded, and the violation is shut down the port, right? So this is how you uh, configure the switch port security for each interfaces. So you need to secure all the ports from there should not be any open ports. All ports must be secured, right, from the are restricted from the unauthorized users. So this is one thing. You can see these commands and explain beautifully here. The command has the commands, right? And you view this one using the help of show MAC address table, right? That's it. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the classroom.